Hello everyone and welcome back. The videos are a bit not in the usual time slots because I'm just off looking for work in the meantime. This video is about the hairstyle that I used in the render last weekend. As you can see, I've used one of the basics that I already had. And most of this is actually about making the hairdo, which you saw right at the beginning. As you can see, I've started with a tube, and as before, I used the extrusion tool to pull out the sides of this hairdo. I'm basically creating tubes that connect on a horizontal level, or that are aligned on a horizontal level to each other. And the idea was to make a hairstyle that is a bit more, that is a bit wider than usual, so you can see it even if you are in front of the character. I actually could have used the symmetry tool here, but I decided against it because I wanted to have the different strands. Like I wanted them to look different from each other. I wanted them to look unique in a kind of way. So I decided to do it the long way and to go to make each one different. I chose the form or the number of faces, so I had a better better area to work with, basically. So the idea was that I could manipulate them better and give them more of depth feeling. I merged the points at the middle so that in the end I could excuse me, so that I had the option to close this in the middle, like I'm doing right now, as you can see. And then I went into the smaller details here. I worked on each strand separately, but first I wanted to make sure that the strands actually, at least at the beginning, overlap a bit and are a bit in each other, so that this looks more natural to hair, because this is also intertwined and on top of each other. So now I'm starting with the actual hair. This is really just another extrusion idea. So I'm basically just extruding all the Paris. I had a bit of a hiccup there. Something went wrong, and the app crashed. But this wasn't actually that much of a problem. I started with the one on the back side of the hair, because those are the one that just hang basically straight down from there, from the point where they turn. And then I try to work symmetrical on both sides, giving them varying length so that this looks more natural, but also not vary too much, because this would mean that the hair is has different length at different points, which is unusual. So I try to make it look like they're all about the same range. This is obviously an anime inspired look here, and it's something that I work a lot with, because it's because of the way that I do this. And later on you will see me add the you will see me implement it in or import it in Death Studio and do the texture maps and the bump maps. And this is basically what actually currently lets my hair look like hair. It's a bump map that just gives it a bit of depth and a bit of texture, but you'll see that later. Yeah, this is most of the part with the actual hair. The last thing that I did that takes a bit of time in a minute is the UV map. So as an explanation again, the UV map is basically a it tells the program where to put the texture. So it's basically I'm converting this 3D object into a 2D map, so that the program later, the app later can add the texture on top of it. So as you can see, I've divided the I've cut up the lower part basically, and now I'm dividing the strands. So each strand basically, so it's one map, it's one UV map for every part, but each strand is a different cut of a piece. So I'm not having everything as one big bulk, which is interconnected, but rather, as you can see now, this is basically how this works. Each of the strands of hair is a single triangle-like shape. And at first I just put each of them separately, and here you can see that I use the whole map. So the whole four corner thing is the map, and I'm stacking the pieces on each on top of each other right here, simply because I want the UV map to be optimized and use as much of the texture as possible. So next up is the translation to Death Studio. As you can see, I've imported the object here, and next one is just translating the object as a hairstyle for the Genesis 2 male. It means that it won't be moving actually, so this is really just good for still renders right now, and it's not something that I will rig in the near future, because it's really it takes a lot of effort and work. Yeah, right now I'm trying with the different hair colors, and yeah, as you can see, I've got a single texture for the hair and one for the elastic. And right now I'm looking for the correct hair color for this, and I settled for orange here, which is in a second. Now next is the bump map. As you can see, I have a special bump map for hair, which is this one, and it really just gives depth to the whole hair thing. And that's about it. I've saved it as a hair follower, so that I can easily implement it in the next few renders, and I can also use this for Genesis 2 female actually without any adjustments basically. Yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys around. Next video will come this weekend.